from?
Where I'm from?
Where are you from?
I'm from Broadway, New Jersey.
Born and raised?
I wasn't born and raised in Broadway, but what I would like to say, like how I usually formulate it is, I was born in Elizabeth. I was raised in Broadway, and I became a man in Newark. You know what I'm saying? So that's.
How did that work?
Well, how does that? Well.
How does that work?
Well, I was born in Elizabeth.
Okay.
That's my birthplace.
How long were you there for?
Well, my mother and father moved around a lot.
Okay.
So, we had spots in Elizabeth, Linden, Carteret, everywhere.
So
So
everywhere.
I'm a real Jersey boy
Okay.
to the heart of it. But I was born in Elizabeth. It's no longer there. They about to blow that shit up. Yeah, the actual hospital is gone. But yeah, but I was born there. I would say I was raised in Broadway just because that's where I went to school at.
Okay.
So yeah, so 4th grade, I moved to Broadway.
Okay.
Elementary school, went to Grover, Cleveland. Shout out to the area we call where I grew up at in Broadway is down Cleveland. Shout out to down Cleveland.
I know where that's at. The basketball.
Right. I actually grew up right across the street from Cleveland School.
Okay.
My grandmother, that's where we was raised at my grandmother's house. Between both of my grandmothers, basically. Because my mother worked a lot.
Okay.
So, I was, raised up pretty much in the small town of Broadway. Seeing little bits and pieces of, because Broadway is a unique town to where you get pieces of hood shit and then you get pieces of suburban shit. So it's like you get a mix of both worlds. So I had friends that was poor and I had friends that was well off, I would say. You know what I'm saying? So I got a little bit of both. And then why I say I became a man in Newark was because after I graduated high school, my first place was in Newark. I lived in Newark for 8 years. Clinton and Hillside Ave. I mean, I'm timeless. I'm ageless. You know what I'm saying? But I have many. I'm not old. I'm not an old man.
I didn't say you were an old man. I just asked.
I'm just letting.
29.
I'm around here.
You're around there, younger or older? I'm just asking a question because you're spitting a lot of knowledge, and I just wanted to know.
Oh well.
Oh my gosh.
Well, my age is classified.
I'll find out regardless.
For sure.
Anyway, so you became a man in Newark.
I became a man in Newark. I got my first place when I moved to Newark. I was young when I got my first place. I became a man there because I saw a lot. That's where the world became clear to me as far as like, in Broadway you get a little veil, a little shelter. As far as you might see stuff as bad, but you don't see how bad it is. I moved on my own, so I was away from my mother. I was away from everybody, my family, and I moved to Newark and South Ward. That's where I was at, Clinton and Hillside Ave, right on the corner, and I was there for 8 years. So I seen a lot. I witnessed a lot. You know what I'm saying? And it was, that's where I became a man at, I would say. That's where I learned a lot of, like, principles, I would say. Rules of engagement.
You became a man.
Right.
I thought you said you became the man.
Nah.
What were you doing that you became the man?
I became a man.
Okay.
Amen.
Okay. See, I just want to clarify. All right. So, how would you describe music?
I would say it's mature.
Yeah.
It's rich. It's I would say it's very sophisticated. It's not something that you might not be able to put your hands on it at first and understand it. But I would say that it's something that you can compare to like Kanye, J. Cole.
Because when I was listening to him on the way here, like there's this one song that I really liked. It's called Heavy in the Head, right? And it was just
Heavy
like
is the Head.
It was a J. Cole vibe with a little bit of Tupac, but a little bit of new school. So the whole album to me was like new school meets old school, and it was like in between there.
And that's what I would say. Like when you was asking my age, I come up in a very particular part of time when it was like before, like going through the internet age, like the beginning. Like I caught the beginning, but I was a kid before the internet, so I remember going to the record stores and buying the Nas album and the Biggie album. So I got to experience that a little bit more than I would say a kid that was born 3 years after me. So my experience is a little different than I would say. So it's a small pocket of people that experienced life like me, and I feel like I'm speaking to them. So, you got your people that's in the age groups between 25 and 33 that I would say I speak to. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So who is your inspiration, like, overall?
Musically,
Blow that-
biggest musical inspiration I gotta say is like Stevie Wonder. Oh no, see, you know, I say Stevie Wonder because when you say Stevie Wonder, you automatically have to factor in everybody who sampled him.
Okay.
So every rapper, so anybody who ever
See
sampled
where
Stevie
you're coming
Wonder,
from.
you know, it's a plethora. You know, he's the beginning, the end all, be all
Okay.
of music to me.
Which lyrics of yours do you feel is the deepest? Like, it means a lot to you, hits home to you?
Shit.
Yeah, boy. Like, what you thought? Yeah, smoke that some more.
Shit, I gotta, I mean, I would have to listen to my project. I mean, Heavy is the Head, like you said. That's the intro. That's the first song you hear on my album. It's Heavy is the Head. I wrote that song towards the end of the album. And it was a cumulative of everything. I guess you can, since I wrote that later, in the later process, it was more real to everything that's going on right now. So let me think, like a lyric off of there.
Yeah, that's what I want you to do. Which one, like, hit your heart?
Well, I started off and I say, you know, let's talk about me. Let's talk about how I'm the talk of the street. Let's talk about how they be talking to me. Let's talk about who started with me and who no longer with me. Nobody been as right or wrong with me. Still in all my word, my bond on the street. So I feel like, and that's the first lyrics you hear on the record. And I feel like that's like, I could have said that and the album is done. Because in all as a man, that's me. You know what I'm saying? Like, because when I first started rapping, it wasn't popular. It wasn't something cool. It wasn't something like everybody wanted to do. Some of my closest friends, when I said, yo, I'm a rap, I'm gonna be the hottest rapper, he looked at me and said, nigga, fuck out of here.
You're crazy.
Like,
Look at
you
you,
know what I'm
like
saying?
crazy.
And this is before, you know, I was rapping early. And this is before Kanye came out. I was rapping. And
You've been at it for a minute.
yeah, I've been at it. Like, music is my first love, and I have so much respect for the art that before I ever tried to write music, I listened to it. I like to say I put my 10,000 hours in. Like, I listened to music over and over. I studied it. I understood it before I ever tried to pick up a pen and write.
That's dope.
So, you know, like I'm big on the art of it, the making of it, the execution of music. It's definitely a science. And,
No, it is.
you know, it's a science. So, you know, I'm big into it. So
So my next one is, which lyrics of yours is your favorite? Not deepest, favorite, because you know it's different.
oh man,
Am I putting you on the spot?
a little bit.
Sorry.
I've been playing the song Solo a lot, and the hook is very like simple, but it's like it's a double entendre because, you know, as you know, solo is a word, but then solo is two words. So, and the hook I just say with the miles on solo. With
You
the
when I heard
spot
that
on
song, I was
solo.
just like, did he just go from being mad deep to
Right.
Okay.
It's
I
like
was
shallow
alright,
and deep
cool.
at the same time, I mean. So Yishi mine will be solo. So like that hook to me is like, it's dope because it's two meanings at once. So it's like ill to me because you could listen to it twice and feel it two different ways.
Okay. I like that. If there was any track that you can hop on right now in the past 3 months that's hot, which track would
Like
that be?
if it was mine,
No.
like if I wish it was
Right
my
now.
track type of thing.
No. Like any track that you would hop on, do a remix with, you know?
Song that I wish were mine, like I hear a lot of songs that when I hear them, I wish I wrote them. Like, oh man, first that's how I know a song is hot. But I'm like, damn, I wish that was mine. Bigger than any the song that I heard lately that I feel like is crazy is the Big Sean Bounce Back. Like I really wish that was my song.
Bounce Back is real for you though.
Like
Right?
yeah, like if it was any song that came out as of late that I wish was mine, it'd be Big Sean Bounce Back.
Okay. See, that's what you need to get out of you. Alright, wasn't that hard. Now, what was your biggest accomplishment as a music artist?
Releasing my album, As You
Biggest
Should.
accomplishment? Okay.
That
Why
shit
you
is
say
such
that?
a journey. It was such a journey because I've been doing this shit for so long, forever, for a long time. Like I like to call myself Jersey's best kept secret.
Okay, that's dope.
Like for real, like I've been on the low, but niggas know me.
Mm-hmm.
Like niggas know who I am. I've been around because I've really been doing music. So, you know, like in all this time, I never dropped a body of work.
Mm-hmm.
So, releasing my album finally, it's like the shit's crazy. So, and it was such a journey because some of them songs I had to live with for 2 years. You know what I mean? Like a couple of them, I had to really like sit there and be like, what's gonna happen with this song? And I really stuck to it. And I'm like, nah, this is gonna get used. Something gonna happen. So it's like 2 or 3 songs on the album that I really have mutated. Like started here, ended somewhere totally different.
That real quick, because that's the first time that I was just like, yo, I really, really fuck with him for that. Because you wrote a status that was just like people telling you, yo, you don't even have a couple K followers. Right. How you gonna drop an album? You were just like, that doesn't define my talent.
It don't, you know what I'm saying?
And it never does.
Like that shit, and I'm gonna keep it a buck because I'm real self-conscious about my music and about who I am, you know what I'm saying, and how I'm perceived. So to say I didn't take that to heart would be a lie. But as I sat back and I processed it, first of all, I had to understand why a person like that would say something like that. Because they don't understand.
No.
When you go to work every day, you get up, you work for somebody else. You can't understand somebody getting up and doing it for themselves. Or a lot of people on the outside of music don't understand its levels and its lanes to this music thing. You don't have to be Drake. It's so many levels in between that you can fall into if you don't, like they say, you shoot for the moon, you fall amongst the stars. So I'm the type of nigga, as long as I don't have to work for nobody, as long as I can make music for a living and produce music and make beats and write songs.
That's what you wanted, that you'd be
I don't give a fuck. I really don't care if I don't, you know what I'm saying, if I'm not popular and I don't got 100,000 followers, because I'm not doing it for that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You're doing it for the love.
For real, like,
yeah.
You know,
and every fan counts. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Oh man, 5 years. I feel like I'll be producing music. You know, I'm a producer at heart. At first, I produced 7 out of 12 tracks on my album, alongside my executive producer, P. Carrera. Shout out to him. Get his single "Sit" on iTunes right now. Shout out to him. But he helped executive produce the album with me. Just me and him and I in the studio doing it. So I would definitely see myself producing music. Really what I want to do is I'm trying to create like an umbrella of services with my brand, Winners Only, to where I'm using myself as a guinea pig more or less to show artists what I could do for them. Like, damn, this guy's eye is different. His marketing brand, his marketing sense is something else. I want to sign on to the Winners Only brand to maybe put my album up.
So that's what would you say was the meaning of Winners Only?
Well, Winners Only is
You're always hashtagging that. I like it.
Yeah. Winners Only is what's ill about Winners Only is shit. You could say, as long as you're saying something ill, you go hashtag Winners Only. You know what I'm saying? It's like all you gotta do is be saying some ill shit, and so it's like for some positive, like driven, high vibrational things, and it's Winners Only. So Winners Only is more of a lifestyle. It's like a lifestyle brand. It's more of a mind state. It's more of like a living than it's more of a
something of a vibe.
It's more of a movement, not a moment, like I say, like I would like to say. You know what I mean? So Winners Only is like a group of a collective, and I feel like everybody could, as long as you're feeling yourself, you can count yourself as Winners Only.
Okay, you feel a lot of knowledge. I like that. What kind of impact would you like to have on the music industry? Like, what would you want your legacy to be?
I just want to keep it musical. You know what I'm saying? I want to be a breath of fresh air, like I like to say. I want to be something different, something. I want to be something like, not like what I hear is so uninspiring.
Well, yeah.
What I hear on the radio is uninspiring. So even when somebody hear my album and they like, yo, I gotta get in the studio. Even if I spark that, I want to be that.
Okay.
I mean, I want to be a motivation, like somebody to be like, damn, that was dope. I gotta work. I want niggas to be like, damn, I gotta work. I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I gotta step my music up. You know what I mean? So really, that's what I want to be. I want to be an inspiration. Yeah, I want to be an influencer.
So, if you could collab with one person, who would that person be?
For the fame, I'm gonna say Drake. For the culture, I'm gonna say Kanye.
Why?
Cause Kanye is me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the nigga when I felt like I didn't have to do music no more. When I heard his first album, I was like he did it. It's like, all right, you know what I mean? So, and to see that he just kept kind of doing that is ill to me. Drake, I say, cause I mean, he just dope. You know what I mean? Like, and I've seen him evolve too. So you know, any artist that is evolving is dope. Even if I could collab with any artist, first number one is gonna be Kanye.
Okay. I like that. What is your writing process like?
I think I told you this, right? Because you was asking me, like, you want to go to the studio? Blah, blah. And I'm like, I don't really write in the studio. Like, I don't write music in the studio.
Because you write.
I write in my car.
It was just hard for us to. I didn't know how.
Yeah, it would have been a little different. It would have been a little different. But I wrote my album in my car. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean,
you know what it is because I can't move. You know what I'm saying? It's like I got a short attention span. I think not really. I don't really subscribe to those titles and shit like that because everybody is like that. Who the fuck can pay attention with all of this shit going on around us? Really, like, so I don't really subscribe to that. So if I'm like in the house or I'm in the studio, like people be talking, niggas be smoking, somebody joking, and it's hard for me to concentrate because I'll be wanting to kick it and shit. So I like to be in the car because I'm secluded and I can't move but so far. I got the beats on playing real loud, and I feel like the music sounds dope in the car. You know what I'm saying? The beats and shit. So my writing process is I really just smoke in the car and write my music.
Okay. Well, all right. So that's how you prep for a studio session. How do you prep for a show? Like you getting ready to perform, right?
Shows are a lot more organic than I say than writing is, because the shows is more like I sat with the music a long time, so I know what to do with it. I know how it would feel, and I'm by myself a lot, so my music's playing and I'll be performing it by myself anyway in the crib. I'm crazy trying to see.
As you should.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, seeing how, you know, the feeling. I could give myself goosebumps. If I do, I know that'll work. So shows is a little bit more easy. I didn't get nervous, but the last show I did, shout out to Crutch, out the blue. I don't know what was up with me that night. I was a little nervous that night. Yeah, we did a show like a couple weeks back, maybe a month ago, some shit. Out of the blue concert, and I was a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie.
Aww. Yeah. You had a life movie. Who would play you?
I think I gotta think about, you know, I gotta keep the movie credible, so it can't be just a nigga that just look like me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna say, you know, I don't watch a lot of TV, but when I do, you know, I turn it on, I see the young boy Yaz from Empire.
Okay.
And he young enough to play a young me, and I feel like they could dress him up to play an older me too. So I would say the young boy from Empire. You know what I'm saying?
What are you doing besides music?
Everything.
Moving.
Everything.
What's everything?
Well, the music is like the last of my worries, because that shit is easy. It's always the platform that you create to release it that makes it.
What advice would you give yourself if you can go 5 years back and you could speak to yourself for 5 minutes?
See, it's tough. That's tough for me, because everything I went through, like, made me. I guess the best thing I would tell myself is just chill. Just chill.
Why is it just chill?
Like, don't take stuff so serious. Don't be so hard on yourself. Yeah, I would just say, you know, just relax. You know what I'm saying? Just relax. With my dad the other day, and he said some ill shit to me because he came to my last show. He flew from Florida to come out here, and this nigga said, "Yo, you know it's crazy because I always wanted to see myself." And that motherfucker said he seen himself. Like, yo, he was walking through. I was watching you do your thing, and he was like, "Yo, it's like watching me back in the day." And that's dope. So I think that was, I mean, something ill, right? Word.
Pull up in the new Mercedes, Porsche truck with a group of ladies. All of my women are super freaks, they gon' know what to do, baby. Gillette. Ben Frank is my best friend, I can stretch them. 10 dimes in the West End, on the West End. When we spend this money, we gon' get it back like it ain't none, cause it ain't none.